but I think you know where I'm going to start. It should be pretty clear. With you, Philly. I mean, wow, Philly. Damn, Philly. I know you've had some bad nights. Believe me, I know you have experienced heartbreak. I know you assaulted Santa Claus. I know you booed Mike Schmidt. I know you cheered Michael Irvin as he lay injured and motionless on your turf. I know that you had an Eagles fan eat horse crap on camera. Oh, wait, that was one of your good nights in Philly. But again, I know there have been plenty of bad nights. I'm just not sure there's ever been a worse night than last night. It's right near the top, right? I mean, yes, the Phillies gagging their season away was more heartbreaking and humiliating than the Eagles getting curb stomped on national TV by the Giants in Week 6. But I would also argue what happened to the Eagles was even more surprising, even if I already knew that they had problems. You see, I haven't been making excuses for the Eagles. I've been the one pointing out that their offense sucks and that it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, considering how much talent they have on that side of the ball. What I did not expect... Thank you, Albie. Thank you so much.
It doesn't make any sense.
You got to get that equine in there. It doesn't. It's one of the 30, the equine drop. It doesn't make any sense. Now, what I did not expect is for the Giants to set Vic Fangio's defense on fire as well. You see, all of a sudden now Philadelphia has gone from a team with some offensive issues to a team that's not doing anything well right now. Honestly, what do the Eagles do well right now? What? Oh, wait. They don't run the ball well. They don't pass the ball well. They don't defend the run. They don't defend the pass. They don't even take care of the football anymore. So again, what do they do well? And no, that's not just one bad night for the defending champs. Do you know they've been outgained in all 6 games this year? That's never happened to a defending champ. No, that's not one bad game. This is who they are right now. A struggling football team. Wow, Alvy. Okay, so now we've got 3 of the 30. No, they're a struggling football team, and the struggle is real, and they're not doing anything well right now. Also, on top of all of that, they've got some really jacked up vibes. Starting with, of course, the permanently, indefinitely disgruntled A.J. Brown. Then again, how is the star wide receiver supposed to remain satisfied when the quarterback ignores him when he's wide open in the end zone and instead throws this horrendous game-breaking pick?
Hurts throws, intercepted, picked off all the way down the sideline. Cardale Flott inside the 30, out of bounds, deep in Eagles territory.
How does that dude make that decision? I mean, the fact that that was Hurts' first interception this year does not make that any less hideous or any less crippling. Also, the Eagles have way more problems than just the quarterback. The quarterback's not playing very well. But then again, nobody else is either. Listen, the bottom line is they're just not a very good football team right now. And no, they're not playing possum. They're not hiding their best stuff. They're not saving it for later when they really need it. They're not holding back for when it really counts. They're just not that good. They're just not that good. I mean, they are what they appear to be. Not that good. We're seeing what they are and who they are right now. But don't take it from me. Take it from them. Take it from a really good authority, Lane Johnson. Now, that's a pretty damn good source. That's not some lava pig or some overly emotional guy. This is not somebody who's going to overreact or throw out some irresponsible takes or whine at his locker. Ever. But he said it plain and simple after the game, and I quote, "We're just not very good right now."
Yeah, man, we're just, not very good right now.
Yeah, man, we're just not very good right now. He's right. They're not. He also said they need to be less predictable on offense. And he's right about that too, because nobody's having any trouble stopping them right now. And the Giants just put all of that on display in front of a national audience to see. We all saw it. Credit to the G-men. They played a hell of a game. And that was a massive win for that entire organization. They desperately needed something to feel good about, and now they've got something to feel great about. Namely, those two psycho rookies that they have on offense. Love both these guys. Love both these guys, and I love what they bring to it. Man, some wild energy and juice coming off Jaxson Dart and Cam Skattebo. This team went from having no energy, no juice, no nothing, no it at all, to having all of it. The Giants are now dripping with it, or at least they were last night, while the Eagles were sleepwalking through the game. Dart and Skattebo are something else, man. Dart and Skattebo are something else, man. These dudes have no fear. And the rest of the team is absolutely picking up on it, feeding into it. Like these dudes just walked right through the door and somehow completely reset the energy, the identity, even the culture of that team. Rookies don't do that. And they've got two rookies who did just that. Skattebo, man, he looks like he runs through brick walls just for the hell of it, for fun. Dart is diving head first into contact. Now, not very smart, but kind of awesome. Not very smart, but kind of awesome. They just need the guy. They're just a completely different team with him out there, which is exactly why Brian Daboll nearly had a full-blown panic attack when Dart hit the blue tent. The entire stadium nearly had a full-blown panic attack seeing Russ jog onto the field. They were all booing the hell out of him. They're like, boo! Get that potato out of here! Get that spud out of here! Meanwhile, Daboll was doing the coaching equivalent of that. He didn't boo from the sideline, but he bum rushed that tent and started chewing out the concussion specialist. Check this out.
Well, they can't wait for Dart to get back in the game.
Yeah, he wants to know what's going on and how quickly he can get his quarterback back.
Well, I don't think he's getting good news here. I might be wrong. Maybe he was saying, why didn't he come back early? Well, you can't.
That's an amazing clip if you saw that on the stream. Of course the guy is pissed. Russ is still on the field. So what's he doing? He's chewing out the concussion specialist. That's the funniest part of the night to me. Not that there's anything funny about that guy being concussed. But what's funny is the crowd is furiously booing Russett right off the field while Daboll is up in the doctor's grill like, hey, Dr. Candy Ass, pick it up, bro. Pick it up, bro. Aren't you the brain surgeon? Aren't you the smartest guy here? Come on, man. Can you not examine any faster? We're stuck with Russett out there. Do you not hear these people booing? Hurry it up, man. He's trying to get into the tent. Daboll is trying to get into the tent. Yo, coach, I don't know if you know this. You obviously don't. Coaches are not allowed in the tent. Players are not allowed in the tent. Daboll's like, damn, concussion specialist. If you can't make this call, I will. You're fine, Jaxson. Let's go. Hey, Dabes, I know you need this kid to save your job, but relax, bro. You can't scheme up or bully the concussion protocol. That's not how it works. In fact, that's the entire point of the protocol. Actually, you're not allowed in the tent, coach. But you know what you are allowed to do? If you're that anxious, why don't you put Jameis in the game? If you're that anxious about Russ setting even 1 foot on the field for even 1 second, then put Jameis in the game. Hey, by the way, do you remember that glorious 3-game Russett era of Giants football? Neither do I. I've got a feeling nobody will ever remember that. It's incredible. The 3-game Russet era of Giant football. That dude went from QB1 to dead weight in a matter of minutes. That glorious Russet reset, that glorious Russet era became the biggest afterthought of all time in a span of a couple of weeks. Remember when Russet couldn't wait to get in all of our faces after that big game, a loss against Dallas? Neither do I. Russet's like, finally, all this years of angst, now you know I still have it. I answered the call. I still got it. Bro, never happened. Never happened. Nobody even knows that you did that. Did you hear the boos last night when you hit the field? Never happened. Listen, Dart is still rough around the edges, but man, he brings so much more it and juice and energy than Russet at this point. Now, again, he should not be diving headfirst into contact. I know that's part of what makes this guy, but availability is your best ability, and we've seen how different this team is when he's on the field. Also, maybe. And again, I'm not some boomer saying, tone it down, dude. I love it. I love this kid. We had him on when he was in college. I love it. But maybe you don't want to be jokingly high-fiving the refs either. But man, you got to love this kid's energy. You got to love the energy. It's so refreshing. Energy, juice, and life. And some winning football from the Giants. Again, I cannot stress enough how huge of a win that was for that team, for that organization, hell, obviously for the coaching staff. But what a breakthrough that was. Like, that might be the biggest part of why that was such a disaster for Philadelphia. They just made things so much harder on themselves, potentially. Not only were they exposed for what they are and what they are not, but they just breathed serious life into an arch rival who had to have a statement, breakthrough, franchise-altering game, perhaps. I mean, and before you tell me, like, easy, Rome, let me put it to you this way. Realize this. The Giants had not won a divisional game since the 23 season. They had lost 8 straight NFC East games going into last night. Also understand this. The last time the Giants won on Thursday night, Tom Coughlin was still the coach. I'm not even joking. It's been a decade and 10 straight losses since they won a TNF game. So, well done, Philly. Way to let the Giants break your faces. Way to give the Giants legitimate hope for the future for the first time in, I don't know, forever. And so much for that Saquon Barkley revenge game. How about that whole conversation? Yeah, Saquon's been waiting. Saquon's going to get his. And a tough night to debut your documentary while you're getting your ass handed to you by the villains in that documentary. Talk about anticlimactic. Just a bad night all the way around for Philly. And Philly, listen, you know I'm not here to pile on. I get you, Philly, well, as much as any California native can. Look, I love you. I get you. I respect you. You're gnarly. You're scary. I'm not here to pile on. However, I'm also not here not to do my job. Bad night, Philly. Philly fan is the first one to know this. Big concerns on both sides of the ball. Philly fan knows. Philly fan knows exactly how it is. Even if Coach Rock, Paper, Scissors is doing his best to keep his chin up and act like everything is normal and everything is fine. Check out Sirianni.
What makes you confident that things will get back in the right direction?
What makes me confident? Guys we got in the room, coaches we got in the room, players we have in the room. This is life in the NFL. You're going to have some ups, you're going to have some downs. We've been here before. Love the guys that we have, love the coaches that we have. There is no panic on us. Get back up, go back to work, and get better from it.
I'll give you this, Nick. You've actually never come off better at the podium than you did right there. That was probably your strongest performance ever at the podium. Now, I'm not buying any of it. I'm just saying, at least you weren't stammering all over yourself like normal. But yeah, actually, that was a strong front. Here's the thing, though, Nick. Maybe we need to do a little more thinking because the talent isn't taking over right now. Less thinking isn't working. Neither is rock, paper, scissors. So maybe you switch to jacks or hopscotch. I don't know. Or maybe this. Maybe you switch to more thinking, more talent takeover, less taking a dump in your pants. You're welcome. Hate to break it to you, Nick, but I'm going to go with Lane's side on this. I'm going to go with Lane's take over Nick's take. I don't think that's just life in the NFL where there are normal ups and downs and you've been here before and everything is fine. No, what I think is that the Eagles just aren't very good right now.
Yeah, man, we're just, not very good right now.
Like I said, look at the numbers. You can try and dismiss the numbers, but yeah, you're right. That is NFL life. You're up, you're down, it's hard to win. You have good weeks, you have bad weeks. But again, you've been outgained all 6 weeks. You've been outgained all 6 games. That's not nothing. And again, point to one thing you're doing really well right now because I don't see it. Eagle fan, reaction. I mean, come on. That you got mugged. You got bullied by the Giants, who are 1-4 and coming off a loss to the Saints. That was a straight mug job. No wonder they feel so good about themselves. They should.